1821, an Englishman named John Harwood was executed, and his skin was used to bind a book detailing his crime and execution. And this is just one of the many examples of human skins being used in books across Europe, most of which date from the 18th and 19th century. As for humans being used in soap production, I found one early claim, and that is in the 18th century in Paris there was the Cemetery of the Innocents, but it became overcrowded, bodies weren't decomposing, and it was shut down. But decades later, the Scientific American reported that the bodies were used in soap production, but this is very debatable. Fast forward to World War I, and the British were producing anti-German propaganda. They said that the Germans were cutting the hands off children and even crucifying people during the rape of Belgium. Well, in 1915, rumours began circulating that the Germans had a corpse factory. Now it is said that around 1 million corpses were turned into £6 million of glycerine, but over time the stories became more and more elaborate. The stories said that corpses were sent into the middle of the woods by train, and once there the smell of rendered meat filled the air. But this was all completely untrue, and the British government even admitted this after the war. This lie, however, had a pretty horrible consequence. Now, during World War II, Hitler used it in order to say that the British were liars and dispelled their claims of his own atrocities. Plus, there was Victor Cavendish Bentinck, who in 1942 said that the reports from Poland were too similar to the corpse factory myth. This is where it gets incredibly controversial, because historians like Yad Vashem has said that there's been no evidence found to say that humans were turned into soap during World War II, and there's equally limited evidence to say that the Nazis turned people like human skins into lampshades. Now, the Nazis could well have spread the rumour in order to strike fear, but this is why it sort of matters. So the Nazis did some pretty terrible things during the Holocaust. This should not be news to anybody. They froze people to death trying to find a cure for hypothermia, collected skeletons, they exposed people to poisonous gases. Of course, they eventually gassed a lot of people as well. But Holocaust deniers will deny all of this because there's no proof for the soap and lampshades.